Good morning, everybody. It's me, your psycho. How are you guys all doing? Sorry for I'm not sick anymore, but I get a lot of questions today. I have the things I'm going to concentrate on. It's beautiful out there. The birds are singing. It's so cute. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So, okay. There's things I want to look at. First of all, I want you to know that Tom Petty came to me again. He hadn't been around me at all. He's advancing and he's not stuck on Earth at all. So I said, hey, I was like saying hi, and he was sitting there, and just gorgeous, just a brilliant light. And I said, I wanted to tell, he said, how's it going to me? Like he didn't know. And I said, well, we're the same thing, different day with that clown in chief. And I was hoping he'd say something like, well, Linda, don't worry, he's going, or something specific. But what he said to me was really weird, because he stood up and he looked at me and he smiled and he said, believe in miracles. And then he dissipated. So I take that as believe that things are going to work out, because miracle's not miracle that he stays. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. I also have had some extreme cases of suicides I've been reading on. And I want to tell you all that, they're very well protected. I've told you this before when they go over, they're very well protected. I had read for a woman at her home with her and her sister and her mother. I kept seeing this young man standing there, and they didn't know who I was talking about. And ended up, a couple days later, they got the word that their son had committed suicide. He'd been dead for days. So that was who was there. I'm glad that Spirit didn't tell me, the son was dead, because that would have been horrible. And probably my conscience wouldn't allow me to see that. But he was very peaceful. But I will tell you this about suicide, about any death. Like people say, they want Trump to pay and stuff like that. Let me tell you something what happens on the other side. The Catholic Church has this thing, and I've often wondered if it's based on this, of confession, where you have to look at what you've done, you have to ask for forgiveness, you actually have to mean it. And while you're still alive, you need to look at everything you've done that have affected other people, because we don't get away with it. So unfortunately, with suicide, a lot of these people that cross over are sort of stuck because they have to live through the pain and the heartache they've caused others. That's why a lot of children get stuck, because the parents are overwhelmingly in grief and they feel like they can't leave because they have to take care of their parents. I've seen that happen. But hell is that. There's, like, Trump is going to have to live through every single thing he's done to others, every lie, all this ego stuff. He's going to have to look at that. So he's not going to get off in this life. Well, he's not going to get off in this life, but he also won't get off on the other one either. I don't think Hitler's taken another body. I've never felt that. I feel Hitler is energetically still having to go through. I mean, it's not easy. So I guess you could call that the hell, but it's not like fire and brimstone. It's more like having to take a look. So being conscious, remember, breathe at least 3 deep breaths a day, and energetically being in grace, because they just did a study finding out people who are grateful have better brain function. Being in grace, try to get out of your head, be the observer, the thinker, take some deep breaths, be whole, be strong. And if this madness with the Trump thing, I know it's unfair, I know it's cray-cray, but you're going to have to, as you find yourself suffocating in it, step back. That's what I do. Because, you know, there's things I think, there's people that are writing and I say, I totally understand. They say, you know, I don't think I've hated anybody as bad as I've hated him. And it's partially because he's getting away with it. So anyway, just FYI. And happy VD Day, you guys. Somebody says, oh, I think you should spell it out. You know, no, that's the point. Happy VD Day. So anyway, okay. So listen, Bill Barr is a big, huge thing. He's going to be seen by Congress on March 31st. I've got a couple of questions about him. His little statement, his little thing, was this staged? Was this staged? Somebody on Fox News they're talking trash about Bill Barr. But if this was all part of what, although I haven't seen, what's his face? Trump did put out a tweet, but he's not talking about the judge and everything for Roger Stone. But remember I told you guys that I did feel that Barr was upset about the tweets? And he's even told Donald Trump, you know, dude, get off the tweets. I can't move around here because you're constantly, you know, I know Barr told Trump, and I've told this on other videos. Those of you who have followed me for a while know this. The tweets are a pain. I feel one of the things I felt was that Barr thinks he could get in trouble, that there's something coming up. And I also feel Barr knows he could get in trouble. That I know. But I also feel those 4 people that have left really kind of energetically hit him because he looks bad. And the confidence of everybody around him, except the Trump lovers, is fading. He knows that makes him look bad, that all those people walked away. And this judge is going to be asking about this. This is really interesting. Okay, so, Barr, was he telling the truth or is he trying to do a cover? Tell me about Barr. You know, Barr's cards have never been good. I mean, I was even thinking he might walk away at some point. Okay, so I thought he was a fake, I'll be honest with you. But interesting enough, they're showing me that he did this interview to send a message to Trump. Interesting. I did not think that. I thought they were all in on it. Yeah, because Trump loves to tweet. So for him to say, look, dude, your tweeting is screwing me, was sort of a slam dunk. Trump still loves Barr, but yeah. They've talked since then, by the way. And he's telling Trump he has to cover himself. Because Trump has brought too much attention to all this. It's almost like in that interview he said, I'm trying to save Trump. I'm trying to do his duty, but he keeps blowing it. But it's nothing about the American people or being... No, he's prejudiced. I don't care. Okay, so tell me what I can tell everybody about Barr. Tell me about Barr. Yeah, he's feeling resistance. He's feeling... Actually, he's getting kind of like... He's even considering walking away. He's getting upset. He's a liar. Yeah, here's Trump. Trump's in his house. And he's also not feeling well. Haven't I told you guys that he was going to go... he was going to have to rest? Look at this. His hopes are going to get demolished. He's getting ready to... oh, you know, another hit's coming. It's got to do with money, and he can't finagle it. His strength is going. His wishes are going. He's energetically... And I think he'll get bombarded by the people that love Trump, too, so he can't go about freely. The people leaving, more people are thinking of leaving. And he heard about this, or he knows about this. And before this mass exodus, he's trying to act like dudes, you know. You better shut up, Trump, because you're screwing me. So he's out there with the truth, but it's more like he was trying to make his position like, oh, I'm so innocent. And if Donald, no, he's not innocent. He doesn't want attention to his illegal ways. And Donald brought out the attention because he's talking trash about everybody. So let's just ask real quick. Let me write that down. Will Barr exit? Will Barr leave his position? Will he say, like when all the financials come out, will he say, look, I'm done, I've had enough? Because you know Trump can't help himself. He's gonna do something cray-cray. This is all happening in March. I think he's going to stay long enough for that hearing because I see him at the hearing. Will Barr eventually exit? Will Barr eventually exit stage right? Eventually have to give his... There's this feeling. Remember I told you about everybody having to jump ship? Something's getting ready to happen where people are like, I'm out of here. Pelosi's part of it. Pelosi is part of this. It puts them at the crossroads. And people he thought, his homies, the people he thought had his back no longer have his back. It could even be something that happens because of Supreme Court or some sort of judgment comes in. It could be the Supreme Court with the finances. But he's not. Justice is coming, you guys. Justice is coming. And he's not well. I'm telling you, he needs medical help. Justice is coming, so he will have to exit. But when, I don't know. This is like military, kind of like people are chasing him when he's heading out the door. So his name is mud. It's his family. See, he has family. His daughter's working for the IRS. He has another kid. So when he makes a decision, he has to think of his family. And he also doesn't want to get on Trump's bad side because he knows Trump could talk trash about him. So let's look real quick because I got to know. March 31st. What's the hearing going to be about? March 31st. And I think you guys saw that the Senate came over and said that Trump can't cause a war with Iran on his own. They didn't have enough votes that Trump can't stop it. But I almost feel like he won't do anything else. He sort of has to stay still until the... he really thinks he's getting in. Remember we were comfortable thinking Hillary was going to win because who would do this putz? Don't worry. This guy, there's trouble. Right here in River City. Tell me about Barr and the hearing. I do see people coming up with excellent questions. You know, he acts very pompous, like he's all that in a cup of tea. He tries to spin it, but they're catching him in it. There's some aha moments coming up, you guys. Okay. Here he is sitting at trial. The demon is on him. This is going to be way more stressful than he thought. There's a man in particular that's really going to hit him hard. And his cups are upside down. His outcome is failure. His outcome is failure. That's when the two separate roads come up because he's almost like, maybe I better exit stage right or left. I don't know. Exit stage left, I think they say. So, yeah. Barr's not good. I've told you guys this from the get-go. Barr's not feeling well. I think he's, he couldn't sneak and lie. He's a sneak and he's a lie and he does things his way. And he also acts like he's a man of God and he is not. So, okay. Now, we did that, okay? The people leaving has affected Barr. Now, what's it at Stone? They're going to announce his punishment. You know, one thing about this judge is when Stone was threatening her, she's very fair, but she doesn't like it. So I'm pretty sure she's going to throw the book at Stone. Somebody said not quite the book, but she's not going to go as low as they said. Stone is like feeling totally like, my boss has my back. He doesn't, yeah. But they're telling Trump, if you pardon him, it's going to look bad. Like, maybe do it more towards when you win the election. Do you see what I'm saying? So Stone might have to sit in jail for a little bit. Let me look. What does this judge decide on Roger Stone? What does this judge decide on Roger Stone? So funny, Trump is, and it's not fair, and it's not fair. And it's like, dude, what have you done that's fair? Mr. Rip-Off Charities? What can we say about Stone? What is the outcome? He's barking at the moon. Here's the judge. You know, he might get 9 years. Ooh, Stone's going to be upset. Stone's going to be upset. His wife is really upset too. So he's looking for the exit. So he's thinking his boss is going to get him out, okay? I will tell you, and I've told you this before, she will throw the book at him. But tell me, will Trump pardon Stone immediately after? Because, see, Stone knows too much, so Trump needs to do whatever he can. So did Manafort, so it's interesting he's still in jail. I think they tell him, don't worry, we got you, we're just... It's interesting because he hasn't really pardoned people, his own personal friends. And it might be because people said it'll look bad. Tell me about... See, Barr, by the way, I want to tell you, Barr's not going to come out and do true confessions. He's always going to justify what he did for Trump. I just want to tell you, FYI. Okay, so Roger Stone. And I don't see Stone squealing either on Trump. He might do a book, but it's all bullshit. Will Trump pardon Stone? Here's him being upset. Here's the judge. He'll wait on it. Here's Stone sitting up in his cot in jail, being very upset. He might, even from jail, start flailing or saying some stuff. I'm not seeing a pardon. That's interesting. Okay. Or Trump isn't able to at the time, and then stuff happens and he looks even worse, so he has to watch his own back. When it comes to him, it's about him. Okay, so. And listen, all this Bloomberg and Biden, whoever comes to the forefront, I will vote for. And please remember, 100 million people did not vote because nobody really liked Hillary or Trump. He did not win by a landslide. He's the people that he does when he has his big events and people go, oh my God, they're bussed in. If you go on YouTube, you'll see the buses, and some people have jumped on the bus and talked to them. They're bussing them in. One gal was on welfare and like, oh yes, but he's my president. Girl, he's about ready to cut you off, okay? If you can get on a bus and go to these events, you can get a job. You know, that's how they're going to do. They're not going to give her any sympathy. Okay, so I want to ask about John Kelly. He's making statements, and of course Trump is like, he really just thinks Trump is going to just hang himself. Will he be asked to come in to testify? Will he really? Does John Kelly have anything to do with the exit of Donald J. Trump? There's things, he's very military, right? There's things I know that he can't say. He will keep it hush hush. Maybe when Trump's gone, he'll write a book about the truth. That's what they'll all do. Ooh. He hates Trump. Hates is the word. Hates. Yeah, he's bad news for Trump. He is going to give the people the truth, but I'm thinking it's more when Trump is exiting. But I see some sort of judge or legal things going on. Even Barr is going to be in trouble legally. I just saw that. Barr knows he's in trouble. And he's thinking, wait. I'm telling you, Justice Roberts was not happy with Trump after that hearing. Very unhappy with Trump. And as I told you on CNN, I think it's 25 minutes into the CNN, the speech he did, the look on his face, I'm telling you. I think he's the one that says, yeah, give him your records. And then we're going to see Kavanaugh have to go bye-bye. Okay, so now, Hope Hicks is coming back. Let's take a look-see at Hope Hicks. She spilled some beans. She told the truth about some stuff. But Trump still likes her. She's supposed to work for Jared. Interesting. Hope Hicks is going to go in and work with Jared, but they're assuring her that Trump's going to win because she'll be out of a job by early next year. I don't know why she did this, so let's take a look at her motivation. Trump really talked her into it. She's a Libra. She can be talked into things. Here's Jared, crossed with bad news. She has somebody in her life. Now listen, she's not horrible. She's got good news. It could be with love. I even see a baby. She manages to stay in the background. She's doing her job, but she doesn't want to know very much details. It's really weird. She's very good at looking after her people, her Mrs. So, yeah. But I'm not seeing horrible cards for her. I see some good news with a new love relationship, money's good, and a baby. Okay? All right. So, I did Hope Hicks, and I did John Kelly. And now the last but not least, as you know, with 7.0 earthquakes in Russia, almost a 7, or there was a 7 in Japan. The shifting is happening as we speak. We've got to get him out of office because he won't care. Let's look at him real quick. Anything you want to update us on Donald J. Trump? Anything else you want to update? Don't forget that dream I had where I told him, if you don't give, witnesses or documents, it will ruin you. I'm telling you. I felt it when I said it. It was coming from my solar plexus. It was energy. It was like, you're going to be done. And he just didn't want to accept that. He literally almost growled like a demon. Anything you want to tell me about? So, yeah, Fox News makes their money off Trump. So, of course, he's hail Trump. Fox News is going to go downhill. I've told you this before. After Trump goes, they'll be the conspiracists, but it's like they're a joke. And then also our news media is making fat. But I do see they're really supporting the new president. How's Donald Trump doing? Well, he thinks he's all that in a cup of tea. He thinks he's king for a day. You remember that thing I've told you guys, that picture of when the priest was coming in on The Exorcist and they show the character of Linda Blair, like looking like just the face and that cold air was coming out and that look, the steam from the air and the look, and then Linda Blair screamed the priest's name because that's what Trump looks like. He's sitting there and he's waiting. He's waiting. He's got the Ten of Swords too. So it's about the money, you guys. I've been telling you. It's about the money. He's got the just like with Barr. It's like the two of them are going to be falling at the same time. He is so entwined in his own head that he doesn't think that this could happen to him. He's not going to be able to spin this. Yay! It's like, really? You know what I'm saying? So, and he just thinks he's in charge of all the people running. And, Bloomberg can't debate. He won't debate me. He's 5'4". Bloomberg's 5'8". His other boyfriend is 5'7", Putin. And won't debate. You've already announced you're not going to debate anybody. You know why? Because they can call you out. I don't care who's up there. They'll call you out. Okay, so listen. Last but not least, because I have to go to work today. A mysterious signal is coming from space and repeating every 16 days. CNN was talking about it. We're getting remember that movie with Jodie Foster? That was such a good movie. Contact. That was such a good movie. I own it, of course. Tell me about this signal coming from outer space. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was very unsure whether there was actual terrestrial beings out there. And now that I've met Tana, she took me up to Sedona and I saw 53 of them. And I mean, they were going up like that and then they do that. And you know what I'm saying? So I've seen numerous where they just glow. I haven't seen the ships right on me. I've had a really intense dream where I was driving down Highway 1 with the ocean. I was driving and to my left, I saw a spaceship coming, and then all of a sudden, it was just like that one with, up in the mountain, and all of the ships were coming, all different sizes. It was just like that. And they were quiet. And I just stopped my car, and I'm watching them thinking, dear God. So they got an eye out for us. There is some sort of, what do you call them when they hit the earth? They cause Armageddon. Anyway, one of those, they started mentioning one of those, but it's 16 million miles away. And the chances of it hitting Earth, because my guide said, no, nothing like that's getting ready to happen. But sometimes energetically, when you're picking up stuff, it is from a higher energy form that isn't of God force, but there's some really beautiful beings that almost look like angels that are actually entities. Now, you can call me crazy, but they're space forms. There's other universes, but most of them stay out of our beeswax. They don't want us to destroy the earth, though. Every 16 days, there's a signal. Is it extraterrestrial? Is it terrestrial? They're very disappointed. They can't seem to pinpoint it. Oh, it's a communication. Yes, it is terrestrial. But we'll never quite get to know who it is. They're not going to give us, there's no aha in here. They're not going to give us something and tell us something. They have come here and talked to other people. But we're sort of like them in a zoo looking at the crazies. So they don't quite trust us yet. But anyway, yeah, it is a communication from a force outside of ourselves. Okay. All right, you guys. You can like that or not like that. If you like it, press the like button. I really appreciate you guys watching up. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you have a good day. With or without somebody. Just get out of your head. Be connected to the source. And allow it to work through you. When you get all upset, just breathe 3 deep breaths and allow that energy to work through you. Because the more you do that, the higher vibrationally you are. And look at your life. See the things that you might have done to hurt people. Go through it. Apologize for it in your head or to the higher force, because that's the thing that happens when you die. You're going to have to look at it very closely and feel the feelings that you caused others. There's a lot of deceased people that come to me, parents and stuff, that treated their kids really bad. Oh my God, it's bad. And the wonderful thing is, if the child who's grown up now has just doesn't, it's like I told you, you're like holding a double-edged sword when you stand in hate, when you stand with anger. I did that. I was always mad at my father, always blamed him for everything. And then what you do is you cut yourself. Forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness. Try the best you can to understand you made an agreement when you came here to go through this. That person didn't come through correct on their agreement, but it no longer defines you. All right? Cheers.